Hello. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thought for Thursday. I am very happy to be here. I missed last week. I missed coming on and communicating with everyone. I was fortunate to be able to be a part of Sean Fair's Leadership Experience Tour, which was phenomenal. So that is where I was last week and not really able to come on and talk to you guys with thoughts for Thursday. And before I forget, I want to let you know about some people that I'll be having from the leadership tour who are going to be on Reinvent and Rise. So we'll talk a little more about that in just a few minutes. But again, welcome. We're here. It's Thursday. Welcome to Thought for Thursday, where I communicate with you a little bit about some things that we need to be thinking about, some things that we need to get straight, some things that we need to do for ourselves in order that we can elevate, okay? In order that we can rise to where we need to be. Is that a good thing? I think so. And I know that many of you do as well. Um, so, what is going on? You saw in my post earlier where I said that it is so important to believe in the dream, but believe even more so, make bigger the fact that that dream is going to become reality. Okay. So we've got dreams, and then many of us really are afraid of dreaming right now, or for whatever reason, for a lack of confidence, for a lack of belief that actually those dreams can come true. Society has dictated things so that, right now things look a little sketchy in certain areas. They don't look so promising in some areas. And for just a whole host of reasons, we may not be believing in the fact that we can actually dream, but more so believing in the fact that that dream can come true. So many of us have just decided, you know what? I'm not even going to have a hope. I'm not even going to have hope that something more can happen for me. I'm not going to dream or even voice the fact that I have bigger dreams in mind. I have something big that I really want to do, but I don't have confidence that it's going to come to realization. Well, now more than ever is the time to believe in yourself and believe that whatever you have, whatever you're dreaming of, you can actually reach for that thing and make it come true. Now, so what's the difference between those who believe that they can actually achieve those things that they want to achieve, and some of us who have just decided that we're not even going to take a chance on ourselves? We're not going to believe that there's something bigger and better out there for us. Some of us are really kind of still leading that mediocre life where we're taking day after day in a mundane way, not really enjoying what it is that we're doing. And we've decided that we're just going to stay right there forever and ever, amen, and not try to pursue anything better. It could be something that, we desire, that we can build, something that we've desired to do with our jobs, something that we've desired to do professionally, something in the community, something with our family. But for whatever reason, we've decided we're not going for it. So, as I was saying, what is the difference between those of us who really have a dream and don't want to go for it, and those of us who have had the dream and who have gone full throttle for it? The basic difference is a belief that that thing can actually happen. Our mindset determines so much of what we make and what we get out of life. Now, we all go through low points, and even those with the best, with the strongest confidence, with the highest level of confidence, yeah, we're going to hit some low points at times. We're going to get frustrated, and we're going to feel like we don't want to go forward and it's just not worth it. But you have to push past that. You can dwell in it for a little while. I like to give myself a little bit of time. I even give myself an hour, sometimes a day, to say you can dwell in this for the day, but tomorrow you've got to get that confidence level back up there because that dream is still waiting on you. And that dream, chances are, has a direct connection to something that this world needs, that this world is waiting on. And I say that frequently. So, the major difference between those of us who have big dreams and a little confidence, and those of us who have big dreams and believe that those big dreams are going to become a big reality, the major difference is the drive and the desire to actually push, and the frame of mind and the belief to go for it. So, I have a couple of things that I just want to say about that. So, here are a few strategies, a few strategies for those of us who may be lacking some confidence, who may be trying to figure out, how am I going to make my big dream a big reality? How am I going to get past that frame of mind? How am I going to get past whatever barrier there is that's keeping me from believing and actually going and making that big thing reality? Number one, what does your drive look like? Why do you want that big dream? Some of us just want it because it sounds like something good to have. It sounds like something that somebody else made a big dream of, and we're thinking it's going to work for us. But we don't really believe deep down that that thing is something that we really want. We want it because somebody else wants it or has it, and we think it'll be good for us, but we're not connected to it. It's not really feeding our soul and feeding what it is that we really want out of life. So, for that reason, it's easy to say it's a dream and to just sit on it. Hello. It's easy to say that somebody else's dream that you've borrowed and tried to make your own is your dream and just sit on it. If it's really yours, in the back of your mind, you're going to constantly be trying to figure out a way to make it happen, right? I'm right. Okay. So make sure that you want it for the right reasons. Make sure you want it because it's something that you can identify with and not something that someone else has that you think, okay, because it was big for them, I can make it big for me. I can make some money off that. That can make me happy. You don't want someone else's dream to make you happy. You want your dream. Okay. Something else. And I've said this before about other things. We have a really big dream, right? But the problem is we're trying to get that whole dream at one time. They're bits and pieces to what we desire to have. And we can't go for it just thinking we're going to get it all in one time, all in a month, all in a day. And when it doesn't happen, what happens? We're defeated. The confidence level shoots way back down. And that big dream that we're trying to make a huge reality just totally falls short. And we decide that we don't want to go for it. Divide it up in small bites. Hit those goals and objectives, set them out. Sometimes it's daily. Sometimes it's weekly. Other times, it's monthly. Whatever it is, give yourself the time to reach what it is that you want and not try to conquer the world in a day or create a huge platform or a huge product that takes a lot of elements, a lot of factors to pull together. Don't think you're going to do that in a day. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself the time to pull your dream together and don't give up on it until you've actually pulled it together. Once you've broken things down, you can set some realistic targets for what you want and achieve mini goals. Don't make the dream about all the major goals because you're not going to hit all of them at one time. Okay. Number 3, make sure that you again connect with the resource that you need to make that dream come to fruition. Okay. Connect with somebody else. You could have 5 pieces of your dream, for example, or your dream may include or involve 5 different aspects. Make sure that you have something that's going to support you on each one of those aspects so that you won't give up when different pieces of what you're trying to do doesn't quite look like they're coming together like they should. You need somebody who's going to have the knowledge to be able to say, you know what? Maybe you need to do it another way. You need creative people around you when you're trying to create your dream, because those creative people are going to be the one who are going to be able to fuel you and push you forward. Okay? So, sorry, something just popped up. I don't know if it popped up on the camera, but anyway, let's go on. So you need creativity around you. You need a network of people who are going to be in your corner and help you to push for that dream. I've said it before. Get yourself a mentor who has something similar to what you want in your dream, or a mentor who's going to be able to fuel that energy that you need to reach your dream. You don't want, again, to hook on to somebody else's dream and then hook on to them and then try to follow them and get to the reality and realize that's not what you want at all. Make sure you're connecting to the right people who are going to mentor you to push you to where you want to be. Number 4, many of us fail at reaching the dream because we don't want to sacrifice. Getting what you want is going to require some sacrifice, even if it is as simple as meaning you've got to sacrifice that urgency or that right now desire to have it. You have to realize that you are not, again, going to be able to create the world in a day. And it's going to take some sacrifice. Turning big dreams into a reality takes time and effort. But the end result is living the life that you desire. And that's what we're talking about here, right? That's what I'm always encouraging my risers to do. Do those things right now that maybe you didn't do back when on the other side of 45 plus, okay? Do them now because you didn't do it back then. Do whatever you need to do so that you can get to that life that you desire. Something else that could be a dream for you. It doesn't have to be a huge production of some sort. Some people may dream of being healthy. They've been unhealthy all their lives. So you have to think about that. What am I going to do to make the dream of being healthy a reality? I'm going to have to sacrifice some of those things that I used to do before, that really weren't contributing to me being the healthiest person. Healthy spending habits. That's another thing. We want to get out of debt. It's going to take some sacrifice. Maybe we're not able to take ourselves to lunch every day. Maybe that thing turns to once a week. We're going to have to be willing to sacrifice. But again, the willingness to sacrifice gets a little easier when that thing resonates with you and when you really want it and you want to bring it to reality. Am I right? So, in looking at statistics recently in, I think it was in the Inc. magazine, the baby boomers have stopped dreaming. Why is that? It doesn't have something to do with age. Once we get a certain point and we've lived life a certain way and we've seen so many things and, we've lived through a few things and we see the way that things are now and we're like, why am I dreaming? Here is where I want to encourage us. Those of us of faith know that the Lord is going to work everything together for our good. Each piece of our journey helps us to build to something bigger. And I believe that there is more for me because God says there is more. And in that more is where I'm focused. So I dare you to take a chance on you. I dare you to take a chance on you. Go out and go for the dream. Just try it. And if you fall short, you still have to push. You still have to push. And remember that dream is something that's going to resonate with you. And that's going to give you a little extra fuel to put in the engine, all right, to get things turning so that you can actually push for those dreams. Remember, it's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take you having the right creative people around you to give you that extra juice that you need. It's going to take some patience because you can't do it all at once. You're going to have to take those things in small bites. And most importantly, your dream, you're going to have to want it for the right reason. You're going to have to want it because you want it and because it's something in your heart that you desire to do. All right? That's it. You guys think on that and try to put it to action, okay? 15 minutes. I'm doing much better. I promised thought for Thursday was going to be 15 and I'm like at 15 and some change. All right? So I'm looking. Thanks, Tina. I see that you're watching. Thank you so much. Mary, I see you. Faithful, always watching. Thanks. And over on Instagram, oh, Tanya, I see you watching over there. Hey, thank you all so much for tuning in. Remember, you're going to be able to see this. It's going to be loaded up to the YouTube channel, Jolise Enterprises. I believe it'll stay on Facebook for a little while longer. And I want to tell you about, or I'm getting ready to tell you about some shows that are coming up where I interviewed some risers who were a part of the Sean Fair Leadership Tour, talking about dreams. I can't wait for you to hear their stories. The shows should be coming up next week. We're probably going to have 2, possibly 3. And the shows will be coming up next week on Reinvent and Rise and on Leveling Up the Podcast. All right. So that's it. You guys go out, be confidently, boldly yourself, because what you offer, of course, nobody else in the world offers, and it's unique, it's your imprint, and it's got some things that people are going to be waiting on. All right. That's it. Thanks again. Have a great evening.